in. And I already had a couple of things happening this morning. It's been a bit of a crazy day, but hey, lovely to see you. The thing is, I can currently not walk. So my topic is I can't walk, so let's talk, because we were supposed to shoot today with Ash Japanese, and what happened is I kind of fractured my toe. I never and my phone is the next thing that I'm fracturing here right now. Hold on. No, we got it zoomed in. This is a prime let's try this out kind of thing here today. Hey, you see in here? Good. You see in here? Good stuff. So yeah, had a bit of a crazy day. Unfortunately, yeah, I kind of fractured my toe, so I can't walk. We were supposed to shoot today with the Ash Japanese director and everything, but unfortunately, this happened. So here we are. But it's lovely to see you guys here. Thanks for coming together. I'm going to do a little Q&A for everyone who hasn't had the chance yet to get their questions out. So here we go. Hey, super close-up. Is the super close-up still happening? I hope it's done. How did you fracture your toe? I just hit it really hard against a hard surface. I feel so stupid, but that happened, yeah. Hey guys, love the outfit. Thank you. I thought I'd dress up a little bit for you guys so you have a little bit of a chance to chat with me and we can hang out here. There we go. Yeah, and there shouldn't be an echo, but there we go. It's just the room here in which from which I'm streaming here right now. So yeah. You fractured your toes? I did. Yes, unfortunately, I hit it really hard against the surface, and ever since then it's been a little bit painful. But HKR right now is demonstrating, by the way, the members Cathy Cat emotes that you can put in, by the way. Yay! There we go. Cathy Cat, are you single and ready to mingle? I am in a very serious relationship with the Green Ranger, and since I was 10. So that was my crush when I was a kid. I was totally in love with the Green Ranger. How are you? I'm good. Good. From Portland, Oregon. Okay, Kathy, love your videos. How are you? Thank you. Lovely to see all of you guys. Now, yes, become an Ask Japanese members to get those emotes. I can't even use those emotes. Only the Ask Japanese members can use those really cute emotes that you can see in the chat. But there we go. So guys, there was a swear word or two when you hurt yourself. No, I kind of did this. You know, when you get really hurt, you just kind of have to power it out. But I'm really proud of myself that I didn't cry. But right now, the thing is, yeah, I might have to see a doctor about this. But yes, guys, I was actually gonna ask also, because I know a couple of you guys are in quarantine, a couple of you guys are you know, are in lockdowns and hard lockdowns in Germany, where I originally come from. There's a hard lockdown. Now, I usually get the question from you guys a lot, what is Japan currently doing? So I'm going to put this out straight away. Right now, there is no restriction in Japan. On the contrary, the government is currently having a subsidized program, which is called Go to Travel. Literally, in English, Go to Travel is the name of it. So when you go outside and when you go to different places, hotels are cheaper, hostels are cheaper, everything's cheaper. There's also per night you stay somewhere, you get a voucher of 1,000 yen, which is like $10, which means you can like go and spend $10 somewhere you like here in Japan. So if you for example, stay away for a week, that's $70 you get for free. That you can just use in the stores in that region where you're staying. There's also a thing called Go to Eat. I haven't seen that one used, well, I haven't used it personally, so I can't really talk about it. But Go to Eat is also, again, to encourage people to go out eating. So I know everywhere else in the world right now, it's like, stay inside, be careful. Well, Japan is trying to push the economy by making people go travel and eat, which is backfiring now heavily on Japan right now, because people are less careful, and there's more and more news about people in the medical sector being absolutely strained, and it is on the back of the poor people who are working right now in the healthcare sector. So that's that. Let me quickly see if I can get this music to be a little bit louder. There you go. There is some music. There you go. So yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah, the poor healthcare workers, you're right, Ashley, like, we're really worried about the healthcare workers. Now, if you've seen my personal channel, on my personal channel, I literally went in Tokyo and got myself tested for the corona test. There's a new testing station. Now, generally in Japan, if you want to go and get yourself tested because you're not sure, or you just want to, like, for the sake of other people around you, you pay around $200-ish for a test, for like a testing kit. They're kind of expensive, but there's a new place in Tokyo that opened in Shimbashi, which tests you for $30. So if you're curious how that went, that's on my personal channel. That's the Cathy Cat channel, in case you want to go and check that one out. There we go. I'm having so many comments here right now, so I'll probably miss most of the comments, but let's see what's going on. Are you looking forward to Nintendo World? Hell yeah, Scott! This is gonna be amazing, guys. So by the way, this kind of like sit down and talk situation, usually what we do for us Japanese is we drive around or we show you places, but like I said, since I can't walk right now, we have to do just a little bit of a chatting. I hope that's cool with you guys. Once I can walk again, let's go out and explore Japan with me together. Thanks you very much for just sitting here in the room with me. It feels a little bit like my Twitch, because, you know, you guys know I stream on Twitch fairly regularly, so it feels a little bit like Twitch and, you know, a little bit crossover here with us Japanese, but we're gonna make it happen. What's your opinion about pineapple on pizza? See, there are people with the really important questions. I say go for it, because I had points in my life, especially here in Japan, when I first came, when I had absolutely no money. So I could literally just afford toast and a little bit of the little plastic cheese and pineapple, and that kind of got me through a couple of weeks. So pineapple pizza is a yes, just because I want to survive and I want to be able to eat stuff. Hector, hey, Hector, thank you for cheering. That's such a cute little foxy there. Are there any secret skills that we don't know about you yet? Actually, yes. Would you actually find out which one? What you guys don't know about Cathy Cat is I'm absolutely wicked at UFO catchers here in Japan. You know the crane games? I am really good at crane games, and I don't really like tooting my horn too much, but literally I got this one out of the UFO catcher. And in like, I didn't spend crazy money. I spent like 600, 700 yen for this one, so 6-7 turns and I got it. And this is like brand new. It's got released for the movie that's coming out. And it's a new version, and they had a white version and a pink version. So I decided to get both. So yeah, crane games, guys. Crane games in Japan. I actually am quite good at those. Just saying. That's one of the skills that many people don't know about. So here we go. Love those. I challenge you to a crane game competition when I come to Japan. The challenge is on. The challenge is on. Do you like the PS Vita? I have the PSP. I never got the Vita because I have too many games on the PSP, and I felt kind of cheated because I had to get them again for the Vita. How consistent were you when learning Japanese? Ooh. When you first started. Consistency is point. Guys, if you want to learn Japanese, don't just go like learn it once a week. You need to do a little bit every day. Maybe like learn have like 5 words on a vocabulary sheet that you look at before you go to bed, and then look at it again in the next morning. Consistency is key if you want to learn Japanese. That is, with most things, consistency is the hardest thing though, right? It's like everyone wants to do sport, everyone wants to have a ripped body, but going to the gym regularly is the hard part. Same thing for learning Japanese, guys. Absolutely the same thing. I'm losing comments. There you are. Here we go. When is Nintendo World opening, and is it for a limited time? No, it's like actually there is a big theme park here, which is the Universal Studios in Osaka, and part of the Universal Studios is gonna get refunctioned to become the Mario World part, which means it's not gonna be for a short time. It says it's gonna open next spring. Was it spring or February, something like that? I don't have the exact date, but it's opening next year, and then it's going to be there stationary. And the cool thing is you're probably going to download an app to your phone, and then you can play games in that world. There's a really cool preview that's coming out, so that's going to be really exciting. German, English, and Japanese, fluent in all 3. That's me. Have you visited Shinjuku Gyoen? Please share your experience. Shinjuku Gyoen is a large park here in Shinjuku that has all kinds of trees, plants, and Shinjuku Gyoen is actually generally very frequently visited by people and tourists during the sakura season, because they have sakuras that bloom at different times, which means you can see a sakura early or late because they have different types there. So if you come to Japan around, you know, the cherry blossom season, but you can't find a cherry blossom, there might be a chance that you can find it in Shinjuku Gyoen. Have you been to Nichome? Of course! Nichome is fun. Nichome is where all the LGBT people hang out and have parties, and it's like the campus place. But obviously, I haven't been to Nichome in a long time, because Rona. Because of the Rona, there hasn't been much Nichome fun going on. But Nichome is the place if you have like loving having a camp night out, or like, you know, just a real free LGBT night out. That's usually in Nichome, which is Nichome is a district of Shinjuku, which has the most you know, gay friendly bars and stuff for in Japan. So it's actually also where quite a lot of foreigners go to party, or used to go to party. Right now that's not happening. So there we go. Do you have any advice for those who are studying Japanese? Hesper, I mentioned it earlier, consistency. A thing that I really did is I have like little Japanese words that I write down, like a vocabulary list, and I would always look at them before bed and then on the next morning, before bed on the next morning, and then refresh that and just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So to give your brain that little input of Japanese, and to do a little bit every day. And the most important is you do a little bit every day. So surround yourself with it. Try and read manga in Japanese, or watch Japanese anime with subtitles if that's what you're into. All those kind of things can definitely help you. Olympics? Good question. Olympics? We don't know yet. I got an email because I signed myself up as a volunteer for the Olympics, and it literally asked me in the question, hey, do you still want to volunteer for the Olympics? And I was like, yeah, but are they happening? Like, having the Olympics like on hold is actually costing a lot of money. I think Japan really wants to go ahead with the Olympics, and right now they're changing a lot of things around. So what I've seen in the news is some people are saying for the Olympics, can you, they're gonna let foreigners come in, but not quarantine, or maybe quarantine. They haven't quite 100% decided what they're gonna be doing for the time when the Olympics are coming, but I think for the sake of the economy, Japan will push and try and have the Olympics happen next year, which has different opinions. We're gonna see how that goes, but if it's safe to do the Olympics, I'll go. I would love to volunteer for the Olympics, but as it currently is looking, as we have rising cases and nothing is stopping it. Like just the other day, I saw a whole demonstration of people going around town having masks on and saying, please stop the go to travel campaign. Like, I know we need to help the economy, but people are like, our rates are like going up and up and up, and there's just nothing being done about it. But hey, every country is dealing with it differently right now, right? So here we go. I just want to finally get back to buy my Ito in Ocha. Did you know there is a brand new type of tea right now that's supposed to help your brain activity? I saw that and I put that one in my Instagram stories. You know what? I'll take a picture of the sachets and I'll put that in my Instagram stories so I can show you guys that too. They're selling it in sachets too, and it's supposed to make you cleverer or something like that. I don't know. Cathy, what are you most grateful for? Wait, most grateful for right now is that I'm healthy, even though obviously I might have to go to the hospital get my toe looked at, which is unfortunate, but I'm happy that I'm healthy. I have a roof over my head. Very, very glad about that. That's probably a big thing to be grateful about this year. It is sad they don't have the Olympics, because I went to Japan 2018. There are only so many buildings built for the Olympics. It's not, Annabelle, it's not cancelled yet. We don't know yet. We really don't know yet. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And I was in Tokyo last year. I loved walking around Jimbocho. That is good. I don't know how the books are also doing during the pandemic. So far, loads of stores are still open. I remember you mentioning that you are a creative writer. Have you put out any of your work online? I have actually. It's for free to read on my Patreon, so you don't even have to be a Patreon. I made it open because I have no other platform where I was like, I can put this out. So I started doing a creative writing story, which is about witches and a succubus. Pretty much 5 witches, 5 sexy witches and a succubus, and it's still in process. I think I'm on chapter 3 or 4, but they're all free to read. You don't even have to be my Patreon to read it. I wanted to make it accessible for everyone because I don't know. But yeah, feel free to check that out. If you go to Patreon and type in Cathy Cat, you should be able to find it. And like I said, if you look through it, it's called All Hallows Girls. It's for free. Thanks for asking, and thank you for remembering. That's really nice. So yeah. I also did a photo shoot where we were all dressed up as witches and succubi, and we had fun. There we go. Are you still going on Doki Doki Drawing? I am actually. There's been the last couple of videos on Doki Doki Drawing are actually with me, I think. We're currently working on a project where we're all trying to make manga. We've all just been very busy because, as you guys know, us Japanese went out to shoot just the other week. We were 2 weeks out near Kyushu, so we were in Shimonoseki and we were in Mojiport, and they're literally both next to each other. This one part is Kyushu and the other one is mainland Japan, and we were filming there. So I was really busy, so I couldn't do more for the other drawing channel, but there's gonna be more stuff coming soon to you guys. I'm so shiny. I feel like my skin is super shiny. Do you have a Japanese post box where people can send you gifts for Christmas? Yes, of course. Actually, I do. I have that on my Discord. If you type in Discord and just Cathy Cat, it's in the general notes. There's a list of where you can send posts to me and the director. That's our office. So in case you would be so kind and you would like to send us something, please check that out. So that's, again, it's on my Discord. Just type in Cathy Cat in Discord and the address is there. And HKR also dropped it in the chat, discord.gg and then /Cathy Cat. Just when you send things, there's a list of things that you're not allowed to send, which is like food items or like plushies and stuff like that. I mean, you know, be careful about that one. So yeah. Whew. Have you ever been to Ireland? I have not. I've been to the UK. I really wanted to go to Ireland, but that's still on my list of things to do. I was supposed to visit a friend in the UK this year for their wedding. Unfortunately, obviously it got cancelled and I can't leave Japan right now. So that's a thing. I cannot leave Japan as such. I've been speaking to my, to my followers on Twitter, on Twitch about it before. We were talking about it on Twitch that I can't leave this year because the quarantine going in and out would be really high and I don't want to carry anything with me, carry that to my family, so I can't go home for Christmas this year. But I know that quite a lot of you out there as well have the same thing. You cannot go home for Christmas, see the people you care about or your significant others, so we're all in this together. So that's why we're gonna make this happen. This is 1 year. What can we do? What's your new plan in 2021? I would like to definitely work a little bit more in media once we can. Right now there are big restrictions to work in media. Robert Sadler, thank you so much for the cheering little fox. Thank you. What are some jobs that foreigners can do in Japan? It depends on your level of skill set. Like, what do you want to do with your life? Do you want to do certain thing? If you have a skill in something, I definitely say, learn, for example, IT or something where you think you can work in that. Many people come here, if they just want to come here for a year, they come here as English teachers and then they teach for a year or 2 or 3 and then go home. So that's one if you're a native speaker. Obviously, if you're not an English native speaker, it's a lot harder. Thank you for everyone who already pushed the like button, by the way. Thank you. How many kanji do you know? I haven't counted the kanji. I know this is the Japanese letters. So for example, if we go, maybe I can show you something with kanji where you can see kanji. Yeah, there you go. So any item here in Japan, especially if it's for kids, what it has is kanji, which are the Chinese letters, but then over it, all the ones that originated from China, and then over it you have hiragana in a smaller letter so even kids can read it, because even Japanese people have trouble reading the kanji letters. What are 3 sci-fi books that you haven't read yet? 3. On the top of, I have probably read a lot, not yet, but June I haven't read yet, and I really want to read that one. Currently reading, is it Space Pirates? Space Pirates is one of them I'm reading right now. How long have you been speaking Japanese? Ever since high school. I started with a little exchange during high school and I worked my way up from there, but I never had proper classes. I had like little taster sessions and mini classes, but like proper consistent classes that you can like purchase and buy, I haven't really had. So in a way, I'd like to guide you guys to be inspired by that and say, look, just get yourself a good book, be consistent, study a little bit every day. You can get to a good point of Japanese, and then obviously if you have a chance to speak it with other people, then it will definitely improve your Japanese skill. Good morning from Germany. Good job, gorgeous. Love your work, love your videos. Thank you. I know there's a lot of comments and your comments might fall somehow through the grid. If they do, I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch and read the comments as quickly as I can. But if you want to sit down, have a little bit more chance and chat with me in the future, I do stream every week on Twitch. So in case you want to have more chance to do this, which we usually don't do on Ask Japanese, just question and answer, then come over to my Twitch. And again, it's Cathy Cat _TV in case you want to come over and see that. But like I said, once I'm healthy, once I can walk properly again, we're going to be filming with Ask Japanese and make you some exciting new videos here. How long have you been doing this now? Working with Ask Japanese? I think we're going into our 6th year now. It's been 5 years. But yeah. Oh yeah, the Twitch link is in the video description. Thank you for mentioning that. So in case you want to check out my Twitch, it is in the video description. It's also under most of the new videos as well. I put my Twitch down as well. So you guys can find me easier, so we can hang out and chat. What walk properly? What happened? I knocked my toe. It's stupid. It's so stupid, guys. It's like, oh my gosh, how could this even happen? I just feel so silly. I knocked my toe so hard that it's now bruised and swelling and I can't really walk. So let's ignore the silliness of me. I'm doing a pulled a proper silly person's stunt there. What's the most difficult thing about living in Japan as a foreigner besides the language? Besides the language. I think it's like getting used to certain things in culture, you know, and it's really easy if you've never lived in a different country to not understand certain things. So for example, if you have never been a real foreigner, not a tourist, a foreigner. If you've never been a foreigner, you'll not know how foreigners in your country feel. And that's the same thing. Like, you don't know the hardships of people who try to actually live in a country that's not their own if you haven't experienced it yourself. So it's hard to just explain that in one thing. I'd say there's a lot of things you don't know about and a lot of things you'll learn to appreciate about your home country when you leave your country, but also a lot of things that will challenge you. And it brightens your horizon. You'll keep learning and improving. So yeah. Have you thought of doing Japanese cooking videos? What at-home recipes have you learned? Well, you remember the director had like a cooking video during quarantine when we couldn't leave. That was pretty good. So I tried to do a cooking video and I terribly failed. I failed so much that I never uploaded that video. Literally, for him it was like classical music and him chopping these green peppers to perfection. And for me it was like me trying to stab a potato and going, die, potato, die. That's how it went. But I have actually done Japanese cooking videos. They're somewhere in the void during university, where I kind of did like a whole little play out of it. So I dressed up as maid, as cute little maid, and cooked for my master, which is also played by me. And those videos are still on my personal channel, the Maid and Master videos. Type in Maid and Master and Cathy Cat, you might find it, but don't laugh too hard because it's funny, it's cringy, but it's been a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, there's been a big donation coming in from D. Robert. Thank you so much. Thanks for being you. Thank you, D. Robert, for that big donation. Thank you. So yeah. Do you still wear lederhosen? Traditional. Well, lederhosen is actually only worn by the guys, so to say. So I put lederhosen on once in a very embarrassing video that's still on my channel. No, let's not look that one up. Oh no. But I actually have a general traditional German dress, which has the same shape as the, you know, Lolita fashion dresses that I usually wear. Just that it pushes up the puppies a little bit. That's the general German traditional wear. Dirndl it's called. Exactly, thank you. Dirndl it's called. There we go. How to come to Japan? That totally depends on what you want to do. You usually go buy yourself a ticket and fly over. Right now, that's not possible for tourists though. Tourists are allowed to come next spring, and I think they've set their timing for spring because they hope the biggest wave is over, and at the same time in spring is when usually most of the tourists come and bring in all the money to Japan, and the Japanese economy really needs that money right now. So there we go. I was randomly searching for videos of street camps in Japan and I found this channel. Pretty cool. Well, thank you. Usually, actually, I would be walking around Tokyo right now, or at least driving around Tokyo right now. But like I said, I injured my foot a little bit, so I can't walk. So a little bit out of order, spontaneous Q&A stream. I've been watching Ask Japanese videos back to back from the past 2 hours and I see you live. Hope you will. Hey, wonderful. Thank you for coming over. That's good. Thanks for finding me. Any good location for watching the city lights at night in Tokyo? There are. I mean, there's quite a lot of observation decks and platforms. One of my favorite ones is actually in Roppongi, which is like Roppongi has like a party town, a foreigner business town, but it also has like a really nice posh area. So where the YouTube Space Tokyo is, it's like the big building. There's also the Mori Hills Art Gallery, and on top of the Mori Hills Art Gallery on the top is like an open deck, and you can look over Tokyo, and that is pretty awesome because that's like out in the air. It's pretty Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. How was it when you first started to interview people in Japan? So when I started doing the street interviews, I was very nervous at the start, like, and I tried to be over perfect. I was always wearing a wig. I was always like overly styled. Like I was in so much pain during the day, but I tried really hard. I was always feeling very discouraged when people turned me down for interviews, and I took it very personal. But after a while, I just realized some people just don't want to be in interviews, and you just have to pull through with that. So here we go. Can we have a Christmas live stream? I'm definitely gonna do one on my Twitch. I already bought a little Santa costume for that. That might be happening. Not sure if we're gonna do one for Ask Japanese. It depends on the director, if he has time, if we both have time to make that happen. But I'd like to do it. So that might be a lot of fun. Do you prefer Osaka or Hiroshima style okonomiyaki? Ooh, it's a good question. Well, the different types, the Hiroshima style has like noodles and stuff within, and the Osaka one has no noodles. It's like different way it's done. I do love both types, I must say. They're both perfection. Do you speak Spanish? No. No. ¿Qué non habla siesta? I can't. That's all I can do. I can't. I'd love to learn Spanish though. That's one of the languages I wish I could speak. So yeah, I'm moving to Japan for the new year. Well, you're lucky that you can get in right now. What are some tips you would give a foreigner on meeting new people in Japan? Well, if you're coming for an exchange program, you got the best way. There's nothing better than an exchange program. You literally get thrown at people because you're in an exchange program. So if you have like a host family, or if you're in the exchange program, meet other students, best way to meet them. Because after school, after studying all of that, it gets incredibly hard to meet people here in Japan, especially during Rona. So best situation. You pretty much have set yourself sorted that it doesn't get sweeter than an exchange program to come to Japan. But remember, if you are an exchange program, you are seeing the best side. People are going to show you the best side, not necessarily how the real life is. So be aware that people are super nice and kind to you because you're a guest, and it's not going to be like that if you come and work here. There is a big difference between that. I experienced that. So just make sure that you always be grateful, always be trying return the kindness, and bring big gifts because Japanese people love gifts. Have you met Chris Broad? Yes. What is an all-you-can-eat restaurant that you recommend in Japan? All-you-can-eat. I mean, many places here in Japan do all-you-can-eat. They call it tabe hodai, and it's usually in a set. Usually, what they do in Japan is they set it for an hour or an hour and a half. You get like a 90-minute limit, and then you can go, and that's pretty much most places you can do that. So yeah, love your style and videos, Cathy Cat. Love from Texas. Thank you so much. Yes. Do you prefer sushi or ramen? Tsukemen is actually what the director of Ask Japanese and I usually go to. It's like dipping noodles, so it's like ramen, but you kind of take them. The noodles and the soup are separate. Also, we have a donation coming in from Leo K. Thank you so much. Good job. Thank you. Yosh. I remember that video when you went to that Nintendo store for Lucky something. It looked intense. How tiring was that day for you? Oh, you mean like the Nintendo store when they opened? That was really intense. I think they're not as busy anymore, but when they opened, they were really, really busy. Very, very busy. Have you visited India? Not yet. I hope sometime in the future. Do you miss your family? I do. I miss them a lot, but I know this year I can't go and see them, which is, you know, everyone else is in the same boat here right now, so. Better than, you know, I just want everyone to be healthy, so. But I'm definitely going to miss them so much. Yeah, so yeah. Are you a student? Not anymore. This is my job. And I also do translations and subtitles and similar things. I hope we can play Animal Crossing together soon. Oh, yes, that'd be amazing. Let's play again. You have like the most amazing island on Animal Crossing. Now I know which Leo that is. You're the one with the amazing Animal Crossing island. I met you on Twitch. I've seen your island. Your island was really good. I was really impressed. Did you watch the new Attack on Titan episode? No, I'm trying not to look it yet. I don't want to get spoiled, but it's also very bloody, so I'm not sure if I can sleep if I watch it. Greg Sherman, thank you, Greg, so much for the donation. Thank you. Cheer, little cheer dance here. Do you play Among Us or Fall Guys? I play Among Us with my viewers on Twitch. We've been playing a lot of Among Us. We had a lot of screams. We had some intense moment on Among Us, I'll tell you guys, so yeah. Definitely come and join us sometime in the future. It would be lovely to play with you as well. What's your first impression of Japan? Well, my first impression is a while ago, but I think what really stuck with me is how kind people are to each other. It's the kind of idea, like, people are really nice to each other, and that's why they can have nice things. You know, no one is saying negative things to you on the street. No one is like just being unnecessarily mean and stuff like that. Can we have a New Year live stream? Either or, like, I'm probably gonna do a Christmas stream. Not sure about New Year, where I'm gonna be on New Year, but probably maybe I can make it happen either on Twitch or my channel or on Ash Japanese, depending on how things turn out. Yeah, Among Us, the memories. I know, right? I miss Japan so much. I want to come back. Yes, do it once we can. Kathy always has too much fun killing me in Among Us. Yes, JZBC. I am a very strong imposter. I learned to think. What's your favorite otaku place? So most people say they love Akihabara, and I do love Akihabara for otaku and geeky stuffs, but I must say one of my favorite otaku places to go to is probably Nakano Broadway, because it's now more known. It used to be less known, but there's like loads of little stores that give you like secondhand cool items that people got out of UFO catchers and stuff like that. So it's not as overrun with tourists and not as crowded as Nakano Broadway, but if you want to really get the whole experience, I'd say also go to Akihabara. That's like the place to go to. Yeah. I've never been to Japan. What would you recommend for me to visit? Well, it depends on how much money you have on your hand. You'll see a very different Japan depending on whether you go to the big cities, Tokyo and such, or whether you go to the countryside. And that depends on, do you want to have the whole zen and nature and experience like onsen, or do you want to go and see all the pop culture and the fun things? What level of Japanese is needed to work in Japan? Well, generally you should be able to speak it. And then it depends on what level, what job you're going into. Is it a job that requires you to speak a lot? Excuse me. Is it a job that, let me quickly have a drink. Actually, I got like an American drink here, and you know why? Because I went to Costco. Like, it's a while ago, but I went to Costco a while ago. So, there we go. My voice is slightly coming back. Did you visit the Yokohama Gundam factory yet? No, but I've visited the Gundam that is in Odaiba. There is a big Gundam in Odaiba. I've never seen that drink. I know, I just saw it and it said like it had aloe vera in it. So yeah, it's not a Japanese drink. Probably should have like demonstrated that with some type of Japanese drink, but here we are. So yeah, what was gonna say? What is a Gundam? A Gundam is very famous Japanese merchandise with like robots fighting. It's like Transformers. Are you a cat person or a dog person? Well, Lirella, my name is Cathy Cat. What do you think I am? Did you buy those cinnamon figures recently? No, I got them out of a UFO catcher. I was just showing off my skill as UFO catcher person. I was really proud and very happy when I got this out of a UFO catcher. That's why I'm showing them off here. Ooh, thank you. Eke desu. Thank you. Thank you so much, Eke. Do you watch VTubers? I looked into it a little bit. I find them interesting. Obviously the big famous ones are super cute too. I kind of am curious how it works. I'd love to have my own VTuber avatar. Adora! Can't since I'm still in hospital, but decided to try at least watch the live stream. Adora! It's so good to see you. Get well soon, Adora. Get well soon. All my thoughts are with you. All my thoughts are with you in the hospital. Get well soon. Oh, it's so good to see you, girl. We miss you. We all miss you. In case you guys don't know, the community, my Twitch community, we're very tight knit. We usually hang out a lot during the week. Dora is unwell, so I'm glad she managed to at least come to the stream. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Everyone, see, all the good get well soon wishes are here. All the get well soon wishes are here. Making any videos how COVID is affecting Japan. I did one on my personal channel that I did yesterday. That got up yesterday. Well, which is probably still your today if it's American time. So that's a video that just went out on my channel, the Cathy Cat channel. We're probably for Ash Japanese not doing so much more coverage on COVID because the director just want to keep it light and entertaining and happy and stuff like that, and I totally respect that. So we're gonna probably focus more on travel and fun things, and just his idea is certainly that we should give people happy emotions and make people happy with the videos we do on Ash Japanese. So yes, That's probably what's gonna be happening here. Hi, kind of late to the stream. Well, you managed to make it. European tea versus Japanese tea. What do you prefer more? It depends on what type of tea it is, I'd say. Is it hard to get a house in Japan for foreigners? If so, how is your house situation? It is hard. Hard. Super hard. First of all, for buying a house, it's hard because generally you don't get a loan as a foreigner, so you'd have to have the money up front. But it's also hard for renting because I mentioned it in the previous video, I think it went up last week or the week before, that Japanese people can turn you down if you're a foreigner, for no other reason than that for you being a foreigner, because they're just not comfortable with a foreigner living in their house. No matter how well you speak the language, it doesn't matter. Some people just don't want it. So that is really hard. I'm still looking for a place right now. Hopefully I'll find a new place, and then when I do, I'll let you guys know. Hey, Sketchflix is here. Hi! If you don't know it yet, Sketchflix, Tony from Sketchflix is also on Doki Doki Drawing. He does amazing artwork. We're working right now on a manga project where all of us are trying to get our butt off the couch and do more manga. So yeah. What's your favorite alcoholic drink? In Japan, they have like a thing called chuhai, which is like an alcopop, we call them in Germany, which is like, it tastes sweet, but it has a little bit of alcohol. But I don't really drink that much, so really not that much. I know I see a couple of you guys posting really long comments. Those ones are really hard to read when the messages go up, because I'm doing this on my phone. I can only see like 4 messages at a time, so make sure that you keep your messages short and sweet, because otherwise it's gone before I can read the whole thing. Baby Metal, I did actually work for a promotion here in Baby Metal at a music store, HMV, before, so they good. I have in KFC for Christmas. I haven't reserved it yet. All Japanese people have KFC for Christmas, but you have to reserve it in advance, and if I don't reserve it, I don't think I'm gonna make it for KFC for Christmas. But yeah. Do you do any sports? Not right now, because I injured my toe, so, but I'd like to do sports again once I can walk again. How often do you go to Germany? I try to go once every year or once every 2 years. Obviously this year I couldn't go at all. I miss my family. How hard is it to get a bank card from Japan if you're foreign? The bank card you can get. A credit card, you can't. It's really hard to get a credit card in Japan. Some people were lucky and somehow got it, but that probably means that they had already a really good credit scoring or whatever, but generally it's really high. Can we see the toe? No! 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 No showing feet on camera. So here we go. But other Japanese Christmas traditions, usually the Christmas cake, which is like usually a strawberry shortcake. That's a big tradition around Christmas. So Christmas cake and Christmas KFC or fried chicken is like the 2 big things that Japanese people do. And a lot of illuminations, they call it, with like light ups when they have like fairy lights everywhere. Toe stream, no! And YouTube is not only for, is not an OnlyFans, guys. Exactly. No feet pictures. What course do you recommend to speak Japanese? Well, first of all, I recommend you to get yourself a book, sit yourself down, and see what you can do with it. You know, just sit yourself down, work at it, and do a little bit every day, and then see what is around in your area. Is there a good place that is in your area where you can regularly go, that's not too far, so you can't dip out of it, that kind of thing. What was your first concert? Do you mean like when I performed on stage myself? I think I was 13. We were part of a Cinnamon musical group, and I had a solo that I was singing in Japanese, even though I didn't even know what I was singing. That was big for me, but I was like dressed up as Sailor Neptune in her swimsuit, and like a long like see-through coat over it, and was like singing a song. And yeah, that was when I was 13, I think, and I was in that group until I was 18. So for 5 years I did like singing, dancing, performing as different anime characters all across Germany. That was fun. Yeah. Would you consider making an OnlyFans for your toe? No. No OnlyFans for my toe. I already have a Patreon, and I have like cute stuff up on my Patreon, but there's not gonna be an OnlyFans for my toe. Also, right now my toe is still very damaged. I'm not sure anyone would want to see that. Have you gotten trouble filming in the streets sometime? If so, why? I think not trouble. Usually where we film, it's okay to film, but you'll recognize that if you come to Japan and you want to film, you need to really, you know, be a nice person and abide to the rules, which means do not go and randomly film strangers, do not go and film in stores. And I've seen a couple of YouTubers who've done that. They just go randomly up to people and film them. That's actually a big taboo. You're not supposed to surprise people, randomly film people, or film people without their permission. We always get permission. We also get every person that you've seen in our videos has signed a form that it's okay to put their video out there. And that's doing it the right way. But I know many people don't do it the right way. But yeah. Here we go. Oh, there's so many cute comments. Thank you guys for your nice comments here. Self-taught books are a start. Yes. How long does it take to learn an average amount of Japanese? It depends on how much you do, how often you do it, and how long you do it for. That really depends on the person. I sat myself down before I had my exchange to come to Japan. I had only 3 months. And I sat myself down 3 months and studied really intensively. And when I came here, I didn't speak perfect Japanese, but people could kind of understand what I was trying to tell them. So it really depends on your own dedication as well. Have you ever fought someone in Japan? No, luckily not. I'm a very peaceful person. Love your content, Kathy. Stay safe. Arganoop Krieger, thank you for coming over to our stream and thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much. What's the first concert that you have went to when I was a kid? I don't know. I think I watched like... We have like German classical concerts that we get dragged to. Ash Japanese, I have a question. Cathy Crystal Comedy Cat. Sure, director. The director's here. Hey, what's the question? It's the crystal version of Cathy Cat. What are your favorite Japanese clothing stores and brands? Well, Yalan, you see, I'm always dressed up really flashy, right? And I know quite a lot of you guys might think that's cosplay. It's actually not. Let me quickly explain this to you. So it is a Japanese fashion style that originated in Harajuku. There's like a big here. What you need to be able to go to a Japanese university, you need to have N4 level. Sometimes you need to have N2 level. Thanks for the donation, by the way. So I was gonna say, this is the fashion style I usually wear. It's called Lolita fashion. It's nothing to do with the book, by the way, but it's kind of very cutesy and princessy, and I do enjoy that. I think it's like become my thing now as a flashy street fashion reporter to go out and, you know, be myself, dress up the way I want to dress and have fun with it. If you don't know anything about the fashion, I have like Lolita fashion tutorials and videos on my personal channel, but in case you're ever curious about, this is a fashion style. So yeah, there we go. Director said answer Eke-san first. Where did Eke-san go? Oh, that's this thing. Nihon no... Oh, is it hard to go to a Japanese university? It really depends on what you're studying, Ike-san. Is it, for example, is it gonna be very Japanese focused? There are international study courses in Japan now too, which you can actually do in English, so that's very good. That then have also some Japanese with it. So definitely depends on the university. What's news about you? We have no video stock. Gomen nasai. Yeah, that's what the director said. We have no stock for videos right now. We were supposed to film today. We were supposed to go out and film today. And then I stubbed my toe and now I can't walk. And I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. That is totally my fault. We were gonna work on this today and I just... It's an unnecessary injury. And I'm so shocked about this. But yeah. How did you start working with Ash Japanese? Oh, well, I think I mentioned that a couple of times before. I was first working for a makeup channel called Kawaii Patin, which did more of the kawaii styles. And then Ash Japanese was looking for... I haven't seen her toe though. No toe pictures! No, director, no! No toe pictures! Ash Japanese was looking for a reporter who could fluently speak at least 2 languages. Well, I speak 3, but and so we started going out into the streets and we had a lot of fun. At the start I was like trying really hard. I was always wearing a wig and like clothes that hurt and shoes that hurt, but I really wanted to like look and be my best, so yeah. I picked up Kathy under the rain. She was in a cardboard box. I'm not a little meowing kitty. I do like that imagery, but no. Kathy, how many outfits do you have? Of this flashy fashion, I have probably around 50, 60 outfits. It depends on the season and if I have like a wardrobe clean out and stuff like that. There we go. Do you think Japanese language schools will be a thing for foreigners next year because of COVID and stuff? There are right now. I know a couple of my general, you know, people that we hang out on Twitch generally, they are actually currently in Japanese language schools. Some of my friends are still in language schools, so it's still happening. If you look back, only I think a month back, there are a lot of videos about Take Me to Japan, which is a system that helps people find a language school in Japan that suits their needs. So that's in our videos, in our links. Be sure to check that out. That's Take Me to Japan. Okay, no toe photos. But you can ask Tony to sketch the toe. Then he would have to have a look at my toe. No. Greetings from Denver. Have you heard of Stardom Wrestling? I have not. No. A Japanese school's worth it. Well, definitely look into the ranking because there's a lot of Japanese schools there, but generally they're really hard, and which is good. Like, you want to have a school that's really hard and that really pushes you. You don't want to come there, you know, half prepared and leave half prepared. You want to have a school that really pushes you to learn Japanese to its most. I know some people just want to come for the experience. If you do that, that's fine. But if you really want to learn Japanese, get a school that's really hard. Yeah. It's better at home, it's cold outside. I know, it's getting really cold. We're gonna have -degrees. I think starting from tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we're gonna go into the -degrees. It's gonna be cold. There we go. Stardom is an all-female pro wrestling company. Oh, I didn't know that. Let's see. Namaste, greetings from India. Greetings back to India. You don't get to ask questions. You keep torturing Cathy with bugs and snakes. Yeah, the director, have you seen it this year? We had like a full-on, we had like a full-on thing this year when we had bugs and snakes and all kinds of creatures. And a praying mantis, the director is very good at finding creatures in the wild, and he knows how to hold them and how to catch them. And there's been a lot of torturing happening with that. What animation house did you work at? Oh, the director did animation once he came back from Toronto. Don't think he was in Toronto. He was working at animes once he came back from his study in Toronto. That's when he started animating. Yes. Here we go. We need to dig deeper on the shameful toe scandal. My poor little toe. I'm decided right now, like, not sure whether I should go to the hospital and let it get scanned or just wait for a couple of days and see if it does a thing by itself. Yeah. Can you show us the outside from a window? No, because my whole setup is the other way around. Sorry. Director lived in Canada. Yes, he did for 1 year as a student. Are you going to celebrate Christmas in Japan? Feierst du Weihnachten in Japan? Yes, I will. I just don't know how yet, but I hope I can get like a couple of friends together in a safe environment, just like a handful, and so we're not all feeling alone and lonely. Hi there! Love watching your videos. Stay safe. Thank you, Andre. Dahadia. Thank you so much. Favorite music artists? I listen to a little bit of everything, but I've realized that most of the artists I listen to, like by the time I'll start listening to them, they're not existing anymore. Like Elle Garden, I love Elle Garden, but they're not actually a thing anymore. Kimura Kaira, love Kimura Kaira, but now she's only doing kids music. So, yeah. Does your personality change when you put on Gothica outfits? Does the inner devil mischief come out? Well, my personality changes. Oh, do we talk about this, guys? On Twitch, we have a thing. Sometimes I will dress up as different personalities and do a little bit of acting and crazy things. So I think my personality definitely changes once I wear a turquoise wig and gothic outfits to a very different person. That's all I'm gonna say here. Everyone's already writing Cassandra! That's a different character. We're having fun. We're just having fun, pretty much. In an episode of Cathy Cat and a director actually doing some sports. Well, there was a little bit of a ring fit trainer sports that I did, but hey. Do you like Latin, guys? I don't discriminate between anything, but I must say, if you can't count to 10 in Spanish already, I find that pretty interesting. Like ocho. That's such a sexy word, and it only means 8. Ocho. You had me at ocho. I love that. I wish I could speak Spanish, seriously. Greetings from Mexico. Does Cassandra come out after a drink? Cassandra usually has like a glass of red wine and then she talks about her evil vampire ways. That's like my other alternate personality. I'm not gonna confuse you guys with that now. Apple juice or orange juice? Controversial question. Apple juice. In Germany we love our fizzly apple drink. Apple spritzer, I think it's called. It's not alcoholic, it's good. I trade my Spanish for a Japanese any day. Travel plans after COVID? Yeah, I hope we're gonna be able with us Japanese to travel a lot more once the whole COVID situation is over. So yeah. 何か英語ばっかりやん。まあ、見てる人は多いところが海外の人、主に海外の人なのでごめんなさい。Are you gonna visit your host family in New Year's? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet how everyone's plans are during that time. But yes. Hey, Katharina Wheatley! If you could own any pet, what would it be? I probably own a cat, but I'm hardly, as Cathy Cat, I'm hardly allergic to cats. I know, right? Mind blowing, right? Did Dark Paw Cat steal Chocolate Lady? Dark Paw Cat is another of the crazy characters that I just invented for Twitch streams, so. There we go. So, yes. Is there anything else Japan-wise? We're gonna have colder temperatures. So from tomorrow onwards, we're gonna go into the ones or the minus ones. Some people say there might even be snow. So I'm thinking that might get kind of cold. And I'm really not looking forward to it because there is no central heating in Tokyo. So it's gonna be cold. Very, very cold. How do you find what confidence is? I think confidence is a really tricky one, right? We all want to have confidence, but it probably is also a thing at a certain level of not caring what other people think, because usually your confidence gets lowered by seeing other people perform better and then you're telling yourself, oh, I'm not doing good enough, or worrying too much what other people think. Like, if you want to wear this out in public, no matter in which country, you need to wear this with a certain sort of confidence, so not the first stranger's look or comment will tear you down, right? You just have to think of your values, go like, why am I wearing this? I'm wearing this because it makes me happy. I'm wearing this because, you know, I like wearing this. And then you just have to go out. Would you love living in America if your country can handle the COVID situation? Well, again, wouldn't mind. I must say I've been, when I went to Texas, it was pretty cool. I had like a lot of fun and your food is really good and people know how to party. That's definitely a fun thing. So let's wait until the COVID thing calms down a little bit, right? That's like a, yeah. What do you like the most about your German culture? Culture is a tricky one. I was gonna say about Germany is like the healthcare system, you know. You don't have to pay that much money and you get good doctors to look after you, and we have like a good social system, I think, in place in Germany, which is good. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. Do you ever stumble in conversation after speaking Japanese for so long? And if it doesn't get awkward, sometimes I think when it's, what do you call it? Senmon yogo, which means like specific words in a certain sector that are like tricky, like whatever, building or construction or cars. That's when I probably won't know all the words, but generally it's okay, I think. And if I really struggle, people usually try and go like, this is what you mean. And if you really struggle, you can always look up on your phone, but I usually go around without having to look up things, recently at least. How's Japan handling COVID? I mentioned it before. Right now we have no restriction, there is no lockdown, and we actually still have the government trying to encourage people to travel and eat out with the Go To Travel campaign and the Go To Eat campaign, which is putting a heavy strain on the medical system. And I'm so sorry for anyone who has to work right now in the medical sector. There's already a scale that they're all gonna be struggling with mental health soon because they're been put under so much pressure. And the social stigma, like abroad, I know that a lot of you people are like, you know, applauding doctors when they go out to work and stuff, and like go like, yes, please, you know, thank you. Well, here it's more of a negative stigma, so people don't want to hang out with doctors and kind of thing. So it's been a bit of a, I don't know why it's like this, but I hope they're gonna be better soon, treating their doctors and stuff better soon. anata means you in Japanese. Is it rude to say? It depends on how you say it and when you say it. Usually you should say the person and san behind it. So for example, if the name is Suzuki, you say you Suzuki-san. You wouldn't go anata. That's rude. But apparently between lovers or like married people, they call each other anata, and then it means like a endearing term. It really depends on the situation. But don't go to a stranger and call them anata. So generally what's really good in Japan is, though, it's really easy to refer to people by their title. So if you forget the name of your teacher, it's super easy because you just call them teacher, sensei. You just go sensei and it's fine. I love it because, you know, I have a thing about like being worried about forgetting people's names, so you just go sensei and you're there. Which other Japanese YouTube channels do you like? I don't really watch Japanese YouTube channels as much, like, because they're generally, hello, minasan, konnichiwa, nancha desu, kyou wa desu ne. They all have like a format that everyone seems to adopt, or a lot of people seem to adopt. So I don't watch it as much. Some of them are funny, but yeah, it's different. I have a feeling it's slightly different from Western channels. But I guess Western channels also have their format. YouTube channels have their format that they do. Do you like Japanese TV? I don't have a TV, so I can't really watch it. But right now on Netflix, I am watching Netflix originals made in Japan. There is one called Erased. That's a really good one. If you watch that one, it goes under your skin, but it's a really good Netflix drama, and you can watch that in your country as well. There's an anime of it, but there's also a real-life adaptation. The real-life adaptation was really good. And I started watching, what is it called again? Alice in Borderlands. That's also a Netflix original, which is a Japanese TV real-life adaptation. That is very bloody, though. I didn't sleep so well after I watched that. But yeah. I do love Japanese dramas. They usually make me smile. What do you not like in Japan? The fact that I'm still struggling to find a house. I would like a place to live. I want to move into a nice place with a little bit more space. That'd be everything. But yeah, apart from that, it's a great country. I'm still here, so it must be great. Are borders in Japan open? They are open for business travelers right now, not for tourists. So business travelers are allowed in and out the country, but tourists have to wait until spring. I see like a big comments, but these ones are really hard because they just disappear so quickly. And it's gone. Thank you for making your videos. All your old videos have really helped me learn Japanese. I've been learning since April and I'm in conversation. Thank you for your help. Awesome. I'm always glad when people say it helps them learn Japanese. Always, always, always makes me really, really happy. Keep up the hard work. Keep up the hard work, guys. Everyone here. Y'all, top 15 anime. There's so many, but I think you guys might be able to tell which my favorite anime is. No idea. When's the next live stream? Live stream here in SUBTITLES. I don't know. I have to ask the director. I plan to stream tomorrow on Twitch, depending on if I need to see a doctor about my toe or not. It's tomorrow or the day after tomorrow when I go back on Twitch. But for the SUBTITLES live stream, I'm not sure when the next one's gonna be. But if you want to go and chat with me, like I said, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll be streaming on Twitch as well. So yeah, doing that. Dress like the doll. That's the idea. So let somebody this. Yeah, go get it checked out. You're right. You're right. Probably should. But I'm scared of going to the hospital right now. I really don't want to go. Sailor Moon, your favorite Sailor Scout? I think from the inner Senshi, it's definitely Sailor Moon, and then from the outer Senshi, it's probably Uranus and Neptune, because they belong together like bread and butter. That kind of stuff. Favorite Sailor Moon villain? I think I like the Amazon Quartet, not the trio, but the quartet. It's cool to see you living your dream. It's not easy. It's really, really, really not easy, but I'm trying my best. And I think that's really reflecting in all the things I've been trying to do recently. Last year I started doing Patreon, so for like little posts and pictures. Then this year I started seriously doing Twitch. And there's always amazing Instagram pictures that the director and I are working on. So if you want to check out our Instagrams, the link is always beneath the videos. Like, we're doing a lot of things at the same time, but we're trying to bring a lot of like the life in Japan field out to you guys, and I hope you're enjoying that. So yeah. Love your British accent. It keeps changing. It keeps changing. I speak a lot now recently with people from America too, so it switches. My accent's becoming like a chameleon between English and British and American. It's switching around. You guys interview all the JV loggers? That would be cool. Special videos. All the JV loggers. There's so many though. If you ever visit Sado Island, not yet. When are you gonna move to the next place? Whenever someone actually lets me live and move to another place. That's the problem right now. Can we hear you speak German? Gar kein Problem. Ich kann jederzeit mit dir ein bisschen Deutsch reden. Was that good? So, I'm not that old yet, but can people retire in Japan easily? Ooh, I have no idea, but usually you have to have already paid a certain amount of years into the Japanese pension fund. You need to pay into that a lot, and it's actually really expensive. German sounds cool when spoken. It is. Right, guys, I already see we're already over an hour right now. Yes, we're already over an hour right now. The time's flying by when you're having fun. It was really fun to chat with you guys. So, I have something in front of my eye. Okay, so crisis averted, crisis averted. Here we go. It is time to go, guys, for an Ash Japanese stream. This is actually quite long in one go if it's just a chatting stream. So thank you so much for hanging out and chatting with me. If you want to chat with me a little bit more, I do stream on Twitch much more regularly, and there's the likeliness of me being able to pick up your comment is a little bit higher. But like I said, it's my fault that we can't film with Ash Japanese right now because I injured my toe. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to drop a little bit the releases of videos. But once my toe is fixed, I'm hoping to come back and bring you the fun videos again. Yes! Thank you for hanging out, guys. Thank you so much. Toe show! No! No showing feet! Okay, you have a good time, and I'll catch you soon. And all the links to other stuff that me and the director are doing is actually underneath this video in the description box. Would be lovely if you could have a look at that. Thanks for hanging out, and I catch you soon for more stuff from Japan. Thank you for your patience, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you soon, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye bye.